Yeah, like I said, for the next week or two, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this 6x6 time frame to basically go over questions if you guys have it. I think Jamal, you should be on here, right? Jamal and Lyndon, are you guys on here? Jamal Green,
Yeah,
I know
I
this.
on. I on.
All right, all right. So like we're gonna just use the next week or two just to kind of go over what we look for in the market. The alerts. You guys, if you got questions for me or Jamal or Lyndon, you guys can go ahead and ask them. We're gonna kind of use this more for kind of teaching you guys, instead of just using it to call trades. Now we will kick back into it, but just for so many newbies we have, people that still kind of, not the light bulb is not going off for them yet. We want to make sure we don't leave nobody behind. So like today, if we see we don't have much impulses, for us to capitalize on the strategy, then what I suggest you guys, is to have a second account because I'm still Mr. GG. I still go to market and scalp consolidation, scalp any time of the day. So I had to throw some pips out there for y'all because I know the market didn't move much this week as yet. We had full news that came out this morning, but we didn't have any impulse. So I was on the phone talking to Paul, and we was just chatting. We dropped some trades in there for you guys to kind of give you guys some excitement, because at the end of the day, you guys have that little amount of trade. So when we do stuff like that, you guys can tell the difference. When I tell you, the bearish and bullish is what you look for, that's going to be totally different than if you hear me say buy now or sell now. You should know that's me. If you see a trade idea, buy now, sell now, or bearish or bullish, then you should know that's the alert system we have. So you got to be able to understand. That's why just the strategy alone you should understand. So like today, I had people asking me, hey, was that an impulse? No, it wasn't an impulse. We just went ahead and call some trades so y'all can make some money. Did anybody make some money? If you did, drop some ones in the chat. That's all the people that made some money. 5 people, 5 persons.
More made money than that, David.
I was about to say.
First question in the chat, you just lost it with all the ones, was explaining the dips in the cloud. If the dips on this cloud will work the same because the candles are above it.
So the cloud we have right now?
Correct.
Okay, 1 second. Let's see, did I pull it? We had an alert. And Jamal, once we go through, you can take over too with going over your strategy too. I shouldn't be. What's that? Y'all see how we getting these alerts? Paul, I got like 3 save. I don't want to jack up anything. 1 second. 1 second, everyone. I think it's that one. That's not that one. Guess I'll take this one here. Okay, can y'all see my screen? Nope, nope. Yes, no.
No.
No, we're looking at you.
Good night.
Now we can. I'm starting to share.
Okay, 1 second. All right, so from now, so we have a flat line straight across up. Now, I haven't done any training on this, but I've been back testing and it's been playing out right. So we have a flat line to the top of the cloud. All of my dips are to the bottom. Now, we have 5 minutes left on this candle. So if this candle ends up in a buy candle, then technically this can possibly go up 15 to 30 pips. All right. But what I'm seeing is because all my dips are to the bottom of the cloud, usually that's where all the action happens. So yes, it's above the cloud, but I have a feeling that it's going to break right back through the cloud and follow the dips. It's going to come below and then the dips is going to actually pull it back. So, but our cloud is thinning out over here also. So we just have to, the cloud is created from the candles that's happening. So, right here, we will kind of see how the cloud is going to be created and forming. But what I do see is it coming back down through the cloud and then pulling it back through. But what we have to look for is 4 minutes left on this 15 minutes. So if if it finishes in the buy, then you can possibly y'all gonna give y'all pips on. It's possibly gonna go up. Also too, we just had our lines crossed. You guys got a notification of that also. So you can also keep that in mind. But usually this time of the day, what happens? Somebody type in the chat. What happens around this time of the day?
News.
Consolidation. There you go. There you go. So basically, yes, it crossed here, but what I could expect is horizontal lines coming, which is going to be what? What time is it? Yeah. Which is going to be consolidation. So we have to watch. We have 3 minutes on this candle. We can sit and watch this, and see if it finishes in a buy, and what's going to happen with the lines after the new candle. But like I said, the action is going to be below the cloud, just because I see flat lines above. That's what I'm seeing. All right, so we got 3 minutes, and we'll check this back out. Any other questions? I guess, Jen, you could help me out with the questions. Or you guys can unmute yourself.
Just going over the clouds and the dips a little more. I wanted to know, can you explain the dips in the cloud? Okay, you just did that. That's the same question. Can you repeat what the flat line means?
Let's go back. The flat line. So what I've been able to understand, the flat line, basically what I look for is when I see a flat line, most of my action is not where the flat line is at. It's below where the dips are. Because yes, the dips in the cloud pull, it's like a magnet. It pulls it back into the cloud. But if I don't have no dips on this side, then yes, it's going to bring it back below to actually pull them towards the cloud, if that makes sense.
David, do you think when you were just looking now that price will go up because it's a buy candle breaking a sell cloud?
Exactly. That's why we're waiting on 1 minute and 55 seconds. So if it clears, the buy candle, breaking a sell cloud, then yes, it could possibly go up some. But I do see it coming back because this is where my dips are. Unless we start seeing some dips form above over here. But I do see it coming back and coming back through the cloud. But yeah, we have 1 minute and 32 seconds. So if this finishes in a buy, then yeah, usually it's going to go up, at least 10 pips you can catch it for. So we got 1 minute and 20 seconds. Any other questions while we're waiting on it?
Hey, David.
Go ahead.
Hey, where can I learn more about the complexities of the cloud, like what you guys are talking about and referring to?
So I know Dr. K has some trainings on that on YouTube. I have never put any, videos out strictly about the cloud. I think we have Paul. We usually share this one video that we posted. I think we could post it again in the chat. That's that's the first cloud video I watched, and it helped me out for just beginning, to understand, what the lines mean and what to expect. But, hopefully in the future I can probably do one, from what I look at in the cloud. I just picked the, simple things that work for me, in there. So we got 15 seconds. Let's watch the lines too, because we could have consolidation happening too. 7 seconds. Okay, so if y'all want to jump in for a buy, you can catch 10 pips on the buy right now. Entry is 14540, so go 14550. Same strategy. Once you get in profit, you could put your stop loss in profit. Because like I said, the action is still below. The red line is pointing up. See now the blue line is now consolidating. So we got this. How y'all get me to call a trade on here?
Pips, baby, pips.
Okay, this is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be a good question or not, but can I ask you now while you're doing it, or you want me to wait?
Say it again.
So I have a question, and but I said I don't know if it's going to be a good question. I just for my own personal reason. So I have created a demo account that's going to be the amount that I start off a regular account with. Like, so let's just say $500. Let's just say I put $500 into the Hugo thing account, right? But as a demo, not as my real money. But I figured I would do a demo for like 10 days to kind of see what your signals, and with me kind of learning for the next 10 days and checking, kind of keeping a journal or whatever. So I know you throw a lot of, buy now, sell now. So on the first one, I hit off that compound daily chart that you showed us to, the one that tells you how much you're supposed to make a day or whatever. I hit it on the first one. But you were calling out so many, I kind of the other ones that called out, I just took those two. But so my question is, I shouldn't do that, right? I should just stick with the chart, not try to, that would be considered me getting greedy, huh?
Yep, one trade at a time.
So if this was my real account, I should stop when if I hit my goal or go above my goal on the first trade, I shouldn't continue to trade.
Well, that's a tough one because sometimes, like the market moves different. If the market's moving, that's when you're making money. So, what I usually would do if I'm having a good day, if I hit my goal, sometimes I may just switch over to another account and then just kind of go from there. But that's a personal thing. You have to be the one that's going to make the decisions for your goals. But the best advice is stick to the goals. So hit the goals, and then if you want to, use one account and just cross your T's, dot your I's, and then once you hit that goal, if you want to trade more, if the market's moving, then guess what? You can go to another account, and when you go to another account, then you can catch other pips with that account, like account that not that's not your real account, not real account, but your main account that you actually following this by, if that makes sense.
So we're supposed to have multiple accounts?
Yeah, you can have multiple
more than one?
accounts, definitely. That's probably the best thing to do, to have multiple accounts. That's where, you can kind of manage it right. You just have to follow your system.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. But yeah, find out what goals you have and just stick with them and go from there.
Hey, David, this is Rachel. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
The person who was talking just previously, your questions are really good. You don't have to have multiple accounts. You can have one account. But as you get better at trading, it's good to have multiple accounts because then you can let some trades run, get their profit. You have another account and let those trades run. And you can do different strategies. You can use David's scalping strategy in one account and then use Jhirmal's strategy in the other account.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see. Everybody should be in blue right now. This line here is where your stop loss should be in profit. All right, so everybody in blue, but once you guys get at my stop loss and profit, you need to put that stop loss and profit. I know I was going to catch y'all today. Me and Paul and Jhirmal was talking. That's like, y'all watch this. Everybody's sitting there waiting on this TP to hit. It's quiet, even though the stop loss already hit. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of ones start dropping. I said, look at y'all. Y'all got to follow the strategy. All right. Any other questions? You got any questions for Jhirmal? Jhirmal, you need to share your screen. Where you at, Jhirmal? Jhirmal Greene, are you there?
Yeah, what's going on?
You got anything? You got a fresh cup, man. You see that?
Yeah.
You need a screen? You got something? You want to share something now? What you got?
Zones, and if we have any solid setups, that's basically what I'm looking for, and I could kind of talk about it for a little bit.
All right, you want to know? Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, you're only gonna interrupt me in a couple of minutes anyway and tell me TP, put the stop loss in profit.
All right, give me 5 minutes, and then I hand it over to you. Let me get them in 5 pips.
Okay,
All right.
you got a couple of questions. They want to talk about scalping and using the 15-minute.
All right. That's a broad one. What about the 15-minute, and what about scalping?
They just want to know, is the 15-minute the only one that you use, and I guess why?
So yes, for me, that's what I use. The 15-minute. That's just what I started with in the beginning. Most scalp traders use the 5 and the 1 minute, but I'm just comfortable with looking at the 15-minute time frame every day. But yeah, if you can, use the strategy and use it with the 1 or the 5 minute, just back test it and go for it. But yeah, the 15 minutes is what I'm comfortable with. That's just what I learned when I first started, so I just stick with it. All right. Got another question?
I have a quick question if I can.
Okay, speak up for me.
Sorry about that. So I got into the same trade on my demo account where somehow my entry point was pretty high. It was at 41, 145, 42 actually. And I'm just wondering, how do you get the right entry point?
What broker are you using? Y'all should be in blue, right?
Yeah, I'm in blue now. I just got into blue literally right now, but I wasn't in blue when you first said that we should be in blue, so that's why I was wondering.
What broker are you using?
Hugo's Way.
Okay. Yeah, Hugo's Way, I think it's like 1.8 or so in the spread. It's 1.7, 1.8. It fluctuates. But yeah, everybody entry could be possibly different. One, from the broker. Two, the time frame you get in. Hey, y'all get ready to put your stop loss and profit. We're 1 pip away from 4. Don't be greedy. If you don't know how to put it in profit, just close it out and you made money after we get at 44. But yeah, depend. Yeah, 40. Where we at? 44. Go ahead and throw your stop loss and profit back at 43. Wait. I'm gonna get to that question. Don't worry about that.
All right, no problem.
But yeah, the broker, and then the time you got in, somebody, I might have said, buy or sell, but guess what? By the time you went and click it, the market is moving every second. So by the time you click it, it might have dropped a little bit or it might have went up a little bit. You just never know.
All right. So I guess my question then is, the second that 15-minute that candle appeared, should I have just went ahead and bought right then, that 7:15 candle, or should I have looked at something?
So we were looking at that the whole time. So if you saw, it was like, for example, this had a lot of body, the body of the candle. So technically, we already knew when it was down to like 8 seconds that it would have finished in the buy. Now, don't get me wrong, these can change in the blink of an eye, but right now the market was moving slow. So if you kind of see that you're down at like 2 seconds and you still got a nice little size on the body of the candle, then yeah, you could have waited for that. As soon as that new candle came out, just jumped in immediately if you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else got any questions for me before I hand it over to Jamal?
Yeah, David, they want to go over how do you get that stop loss and profit?
How do I say this? Stop loss and profit. So, let's see, simple math. Let me see how I can put this in words. So let's just say on a scale to 0 to 10, right? If you're in a buy, you know, for you to make money, the market has to go up in a buy. So if you're on a scale from 0 to 10, we're shooting for 10 pips, right? So basically 10 pips, I guess I can show you. So right here, this is where we enter, this blue line here, right? This is our 10 pip take profit, right? So when the market gets above, right now it's below our line, when it gets above, so this is where I have our stop loss. So once our stop loss is here, what you do now is you activate your stop loss. Once the market is here at 4 or 5 pips, then you activate your stop loss and put it right below. So for example, we got in at 145.409, right? Our 4 pips would have been 145.446. Our take profit is 145.501. So as it goes above where we entered, let's just say we got to 145.450, we could have put in 145.440 for our stop loss. So that means it's a tight niche right under the market, whereas if the market comes down, it would knock you out. But if the market continues to go up, then you just trail it right under where the market's at. You just trail the stop loss right under the market. Did that help? I can't see the chats. Let me open up the chats. Did that help anyone? Yes, David, it helped.
Okay, I'm gonna try to explain it because they want to see it, and it's going to be really hard to show it because you have to be in profit to activate it. So if you're on Android and Apple, it's pretty much almost the same. My entry point was 145.45.3. So what I can do is I can go to modify order, and on the left-hand side, I would put 145.493. And once the market moves above that, my modify button will go ahead and be active. Until it gets there, it's gray. But if you get in the habit of setting that up, you'll see the modify button go active, and as soon as you see it go active, you just hit it.
Yep. You know, or if you're using your computer, you just drag it above, where you want to drag it, and it's easier. You know, I know Paul is pretty good at that. All right. Thanks.
All right, so I got a question, man.
Go ahead.
So even though this candle is like about to close, are we still expecting it to keep on going up, or you change your bias?
Well, right here, this is where we got in off of this candle here. We have a sell cloud. Basically, it broke through the sell cloud, and on the second candle that clears, you know, once it clears it in the same in the buy candle, then we at least you're going to get 10 pips from it. Now, I'm still expecting it to come back down, guys, because I see my action below. So, once it goes to 10, I'm expecting it to come down. We got to also watch to see what cloud is being created here. But I see all my actions below. But even no matter where this candle finished at, we didn't go off of that candle. We're going off of this one right here.
Hello, I have.
Look at it. Y'all get ready to hold on 1 second, Chantel. Let's see. We had 42. We got 9 seconds. Let's see if it shoots up. Get ready. Some people already have their stop loss ready to be activated sometimes where they just press the button. Okay. We're at 42. All right, so just keep an eye out, guys. We're at 42. Okay, who was it? Chantel. How are you, Chantel?
I'm great, thank you. If this was on the 4 hour and the price was above the cloud with the top being flat, would you also expect the price to go below the cloud and then pull into the dips at the bottom? Would that happen on any time frame?
Yeah, it can happen on any time frame. You're just talking larger pip counts.
Okay.
So at the 4 hour, this movement on the 15 minute, if this movement was on the 4 hour, you could be talking 100, 200 pips, if that makes sense.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, real quick, everybody who's asking how to put stop loss and profit, literally David covers this every single Sunday, and they literally have a phone that's connected where someone shares the screen and actually shows you how to click modify trade, how to move your stop loss. So if you miss this Sunday, all you have to do is go to Mr. GJ, go to his videos and watch them. And I promise you the information is there for you, and you can watch it and it'll show you a live example of how to do it, which might make it easier than just David explaining it to you.
Thank you, Andre. Any other questions for me before we hand it over to Jhirmal Greene? Nope.
Yeah, Dave, hold on one sec. So that let me see. Hold on, don't move your mouse too much. All right. So you say the second candle, right? So with because that one candle actually still in the cloud. So do you wait? Do you still count the one that's in the cloud?
No, it'd have to clear the cloud. So this one is a no-no because it's still in.
All right.
This actually is out of it. It cleared it. So,
right, but we went on that middle one.
We went in after this one cleared it. So once it's cleared it, when it was done, then we jumped in over here.
Okay, so you only wait for one cloud to clear. I mean, one candle to clear the cloud.
One candle, yeah, the second one. And then, also be careful too, because sometimes you could get fake out. Like, for example, if this was a buy cloud, like say, for example, it came down over here and then it did the same thing over here. You have to pay attention that, it has to come through a sell cloud. It has to come through a sell cloud.
Yep. And the same vice versa, right? If it break buy cloud in the sell direction.
Yep, like for example, right here, you guys see where it broke here? This was the second candle. This candle finished right here. This finished at 21. And let's see, we got down here, 21, and it would have been 11, would have been TP. So this example would have hit over here also. Y'all see it? The sell candle, actually, the second one finished outside of it, but this was a buy cloud, so it had to be in a sell that finished, outside of it. And then you would have jumped in on this one right here. All right. Any other questions for me? Everybody still should be in blue. Jhirmal, anybody else got anything for me before we hand it over to Jhirmal? Janice,
yeah, I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
So, I see you have the Ichimoku set up. We have two.
I got one too.
My computer only have one. I don't have two, and it's not really showing me.
Yeah, the only reason I do it, and Paul gets upset every time somebody asks that, because I can actually darken my cloud, without putting two. But the reason I have two is because it makes my cloud darker. And there's a setting that I can actually do that and just use one. But there's no specific reason I use two. It's just, it makes my cloud darker.
All right, I see.
So yeah, every time somebody asks that, Paul said, man, all you got to do is change the setting. All right. Anything else? Any other question before we hand it over? Everybody should be in blue.
I got a question.
In a quarter mile, make a right turn on North Carolina.
Yeah, sorry. Shoot, I forgot my question, but basically you said that everybody should be in blue, but I've never got into blue at all in that trade.
What broker are you using? And then also, what was your entry?
Hugo's Way, and my entry was 145.423.
That's why. So you got in probably after it came up. So your entry was at 42, which in our stop loss and profit is at 44. So yeah, so you just probably got in, after it came up a little bit. And then keep in mind, when I call this, I actually call this one on TradingView. So sometimes TradingView is a little ahead of some of the brokers also.
How did you calculate that take profit?
Say it again.
How did you calculate your take profit? Was it just
It's 10 pips from where it finished.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
So I mean, you could still use my take profit, and then no matter if you got in at, I think that's somebody else who got in at 42. So instead of you getting 10 pips, you would just get 8. Or if you do what we call stop loss and profit, you would just close out 2 pips ahead of of it, throw it there, or you could put the 4 pips there. But you just have to look at, before you enter, just kind of look and see what's going on first, and then just calculate your pips from there. All right. Jamal, you ready?
You got 1 or 2 more questions coming.
All right. Go ahead, Jen. You got me? Let me look in the chat.
Hey guys, David, they had a question on how are you calculating down the time of each candle? Because if they're on their phone, they can't see that time.
So 2 ways you can do it if you're looking at your phone. You can go to what you call it, to tradingview.com, create a free account, and basically you can pull this up on your phone and you can see the timer clicking. That's one way you can do it if you want to get down to the seconds. But the easiest way to do it is just look at your time. So, every candle comes out for this particular chart. Every 15 minutes, a new candle comes out. So, for example, right now it's 7:37. So the next candle will come out at 7:45. And then after that, the next candle will come out at 8 o'clock. And the next candle will come out at 8:15, then 8:30. So every 15 minutes on this particular time frame is going to come out. A new candle is going to come out. If you change over to the hour, then every hour. So you can just look at your time frame. Hey, y'all should be stop loss and profit. That's 44. That 44, guys. Stop loss and profit. Some people might not have caught it. It dropped back to 43. So we still should be in profit. Did anybody catch it? See, you catch me talking. DJ acting up. But now you guys see what's so. We said earlier during the day, what did we say? During this time of the day, what happens?
Consolidation.
Where are my lines at? Horizontal. So we're probably going to have some consolidation here. Shoot up a bit, play around, and then my action is still down here. But the horizontal lines means consolidation, guys. Was anybody able to get out of that when it just hit, or y'all missed it? Okay, K. Schubert got profit, perfect.
I missed it.
Yeah, I know it happened pretty quick. Some people got out, okay. Sometimes it's happening so quick, just go ahead and close out. Somebody got it. One, that's cool, stop loss hit, got out. It's quicker when you have your, on a laptop because they can just click it on their button. Or some people just probably had it in their phone waiting on it to happen. So you got a few people got out, they caught pips. But I know it happened pretty fast, so we'll be all right. It's coming back. It's playing around pretty fast, y'all. So yes, once you get out, you could be all right. Anybody else before I've been saying this all night. Jamal got to work, y'all. I put in 2.5 hours yesterday. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Jamal needs to work. Y'all got to pick his brain now. Any questions for me before y'all pick Jamal's brain?
Yeah. So this trade, we could still stay in it, right? For a little bit.
Just if you stay in it, still follow my strategy. Once you get 4 pips in profit, you should be about 3. You should be blue. Then yeah, tell you what, everybody's in blue right now. Close out in blue. Let Jhirmal take over. I don't want to interrupt his session. Everybody should at least get 3-4 pips from this. Let's close up because I wasn't supposed to call any trades on this. Look at GJ showing out. Stop loss and profit. Look at GJ showing out.
What do you mean wasn't supposed to call any pips? You know you have to call pips.
Look at GJ showing out. Look, somebody come here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh man.
That's what's up.
But yeah, everybody should close out. Because I want Jhirmal, I want y'all to take full advantage of Jhirmal. Please, please, please. So everybody closed out. We had 5 pips. Y'all got 3, y'all got 4, y'all got 5. That's cool. I'm okay with that. All right. All right, guys. Jhirmal, you got it. Y'all blow up the chat. Y'all made some money. And y'all picked my brain. There you go.
Someone's asking if they should sell now.
No, be patient. Hey, real quick before Jhirmal goes on, go ahead and blow up the telegrams at once. Let them know what they're missing. Not only that you come in and you learn and pick our brains, but you make money. I don't care if you made, just think about it. Okay, if you had a dollar lot size.
My phone may die, but I'm here at the grocery store.
What was that? If you had a dollar lot size, man, 5 pips, that's $50. $50 on a call that you learning. All right, go ahead, Jhirmal. I'm done. For real, it's time. I'm even mute myself.
All right. So I trade zone to zone, resistance, support and resistance. So in the zone, I wait on confirmations. So right now I saw where GJ found support here, but I also have a trend line here to see if price is going up, it's going to, this is what I look for at least. I wait for it to break it and come back to retest it, and then we can look to ride it up. That's just what I do. I wait on that confirmation. If I just get a long candle from here and it goes up and continues going up, I won't take the trade. I wait for confirmation, I wait for the retest, and then I ride it up. I don't trade one pair, I trade all. These are all the pairs that I trade. So I just wait on market to print the candles and let them talk to me. So right now I don't have any confirmation on GJ. What I would love to see happen before I even take this setup is this right here. Or if I get price to move down some more, probably close here and then shoot up. Wait for it to come down, find support here. That would give me a double bottom. First touch here, second touch here. I'm looking at the resistance that price found here for me to ride it up, but I would like to see this trend line get broken first.
I got a question. So I know you wait for that trend line to break and then the retest, because that's technically what happens most of the time. But
all right.
I also got a question. How do you set up that watch list? I don't know how to do that. I just realized.
Okay, so when I first came on to TradingView, I used to go ahead and just change my pairs. And in watching IML TV, I noticed that some of the traders had the watch list open. So I just basically was watching them to try to figure out even how to navigate it, how to find the trend line. I just was watching them, what they were doing. And I saw one of them hit this button over here to the right. And then the watch list is here. I just deleted everything that was here. and then I just started to add my pairs. So let's see.
Okay, so you have to essentially delete the pairs that are originally there and then add your own pairs.
I think they have stocks there at first. They have stocks there at first, so I just deleted everything. And then
Okay,
I
I see.
added them here, and then I drew up all my pairs.
All right. Does it give you any signal, like, let's say you're waiting for a price to break a certain zone or anything? Does it give you any signal if you add them on your watch list?
Okay, so if I wanted to, like, I could wait for, I can send an alert here to say that price broke it, or it just to alert me. I could set an alert. And it'll let me know anytime it crosses. Anytime it crosses, it'll send me an email.
Take this skirt off.
So it sends you an email if it sends you an email every time it breaks that price if it's on your watch list. Oh, I cannot hear.
I can get froze. He's frozen.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so when you add a pair to your watch list and you add that alert, so whenever it breaks that alert, does it send you an email because it's on your watch list? Because I know on the free version you can only send
no.
one alert.
Okay, yeah, with the free version, yes, you only can set one. I actually paying for this because I have all my pairs here. I swing trade, so I don't really watch the market. Whenever I want to trade, I check the market out. Because I swing trade, I'm not watching my trades. I set it and forget it. Set my take profit, my stop loss, so I don't necessarily watch the market. So I need to set my alerts to let me know when price is approaching my zone or broke my zone. Then I'll actually start paying attention to it. So I have the alert set for if it breaks the trend line and comes up here. When I get the alert, I'll come to trading view, look at it to see if it retests already. And if it hasn't, then I'll set another alert down here because this one will turn off. I'll set another alert down here to let me know that's the retest. And I'll check it again and just watch it from there.
I have a question. So what if it doesn't go up? Like, so on your, because I look at this today on IML. So you see how you have your trend line there. What if it just hits that? What if it hits the trend line to come back down for another sell? Because that's some kind of, I forgot what it's called, some kind of arrow or some kind of flag or whatever it's called. Like you see that how it goes in like really small. So what if it hits that and then comes down to the blue part again and then goes back up and then comes down again and then breaks? Does that make sense? So
yeah,
you take it.
All right. So my zones are the most important part of my trading style. I take my trades from my zone. And my zone are basically major areas where price turn around. See how price struggled over here to the left? Price struggled to break it. And then price found a lot of support here. And it found support here again. So I actually like my zones. My zones dictated to me. So if you say if it come back down, go back up, come back down, and then breaks it.
Yeah.
So that would show me that support, aka the floor, is very strong. So that would be a stronger confirmation for me to ride it all the way up.
So, but you wouldn't do like you wouldn't hit those sell points. You'll just wait until it kicks out.
So I swing trade. So like if it comes down and goes back up to the trend line, to me that's only 40 pips, and for me to take a trade, I need to get at least 50 pips.
Oh, okay.
So that's just how I trade, and I won't go beyond. Even though I know it probably could wick it, and I could probably get more. I'm a conservative trader as well, so I would get out at my. Because price came right here and touched the zone, and then went back up again. So my zone, I play it safe with my zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jhirmal, I have a question. This is Rachel.
Hi.
I've been watching AUD NZD for a while. It's hit my zone a couple times for a sell, but then, you know, my stop loss is pretty tight because it's at the top of my zone, so the stop loss is pretty tight, but it keeps hitting the stop loss. Have you marked, oh, it doesn't look like you have that one marked up. Oh, you do, good.
All right. So you were in it for a sell?
Yeah, I was in it for a sell. Hit the stop loss a couple of times. I just want to see where your zone is. Mine was, my stop loss was probably too tight.
Okay, so I'm going back in the past just to see how valid my zone is. And I love my zone because I see this long wick right here.
Yeah.
I like my zone. I see this long wick here again. Price closed outside. Price came up and gave me a double top. So I like that zone. Price played around in this area. Stop here on the top of my, so I like my zone.
Okay, yeah, so I had a sell limit activate at 1.05884, and I hit the stop loss. I guess I just need to take it up higher.
105.84?
884. It was, what, a couple days ago? Let me see.
Oh, okay. Okay, so probably the wick.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was that wick that took it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, it just depends on how comfortable you are with your zones. When it comes to setting your stop loss, it's like for me, sometimes my stop loss are a little far. So if I was to get into the sell, I probably would have put it up here if I was to get in the sell. Because I see this wick here, my stop loss would have been up here. But probably right where yours was to get hit.
Yeah. So I'm looking to enter that again, but I'll wait for a minute.
Yeah. So me, I'm waiting. I mean, this was either or. If it closes above, then I can look for price to go up higher and then come back down again. And then I look for it to go up or for it to break below, retest, and then I look for confirmation before I ride it back down. And it don't always happen that simple.
Yeah, and you've answered this question for me before, but I can't remember what you said. Do you generally do buy and sell orders or market execution?
I never do market execution. It's always a pending order for me. I feel like I'm a bit safer when I use the pending orders. So if I was to get in the buy, I would probably go a buy stop up here. Or if I was to do a sell, I would probably do it down here.
Okay, thanks.
Just to be safe. Just to be a little safer.
All right. When you're swing trade, do you ever look at the daily chart or you just stick to the 4-hour chart? What's best in your opinion?
All right. So for me, how I backtested all my trades on the 4-hour. So I gained a lot of experience in the market from the 4-hour, as well as I was able to identify my setups from the 4-hour. So the higher the time frame, the easier the chart is to read, yes. But I just did a lot of my back testing, my demoing, and basically all my live trading from the 4-hour. So I'm pretty comfortable with the 4-hour, and that's just my personal preference. I prefer the 4-hour. The day, we can see how price moved up into the zone and then start making its way down on a daytime frame. It's gonna look a whole lot simpler. Price just went up and came down on the 4-hour.
And also, I know you look at the charts, but also do you pay attention to like fundamental analysis in the market?
Say that again. I think I heard what you said, but I just want to confirm.
Yeah, do you pay attention to fundamental analysis in the market? You know, the market chart, whatever moves the market. or in the economy?
It doesn't affect my decision whether to take a trade or not. Of course, I'm aware of it. I do look for when news is coming out, but if I see a setup, chances are I'm gonna take it. If I see the setup, because regardless when we have news, price is still gonna respect structure. So this probably was a news candle here, and this where my channel is. You can see the price is respecting the channel, and then we had a candle come out right underneath the channel, and it went down straight to my next zone and then closed outside. So price still respects structure in a sense. So even if I had gotten into a sell stop and it gave me a long wick, my stop loss probably would have been on top of my zone or up here, higher than the last wick. So I do pay attention to it, but I don't let it influence me when it comes to me taking a trade. The price still is going to respect structure. And any pair. Let's look at GJ again, where we had some news.
Because I did make some money off of GBP AUD when the news came out yesterday. Because I saw that it had a the forecast was higher than the forecast was higher than the expected. I mean the actual forecast was higher than the
expected.
Than
the previous. Yeah.
So I was wondering if you did the same thing or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. I also have a strategy where I trade the news. I have a scalping strategy, but my scalping strategy makes me the most money. I'm more comfortable with it, and it's less stress when it comes to trading, less heartaches, less worrying. So I just prefer the swing. It just fits my lifestyle a whole lot better. So that's my personal preference. I have more than one strategy. It's just simpler, easier.
Jhirmal, are you watching the chat? You got a couple questions.
Someone's asking if you trade US30 or Bitcoin.
I charted US30 recently. I guess with me on a 6x6 call, I think I played around and charted it up. And I looked at it today, and I saw where it was finding some resistance on my zone.
Uh-oh.
Hey, David, go back to sleep, man.
Dropping love bombs.
US30 wakes people up.
Yeah. This one pays a little different. And it doesn't play around. I love it. I love it. I could look for this to potentially drop tonight. I would like to see more candles printed first, so we could get a clearer picture. I like this engulfing candle here. It engulfed the previous candle. I love that. This candle here would have activated my sell limit had I seen this earlier and got in the trade. But I'm looking for this to drop. I'm not going to call the trade, but I'm looking for this. I need more confirmation, but this is my expectation. And when we do the call tomorrow, we'll just see how it play out. But I'm not going to advise. If you want to take the trade, because I know y'all ain't hearing nothing I say right now except that this potentially could drop.
I got it dropping. Hey, if you throw the cloud on there, same thing. I got it dropping too.
Yeah, I want to see how the cloud works on that.
Man, don't confuse people now.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But remember, guys,
Mr. G.
Jhirmal goes up with the 4 hour. I uses the 15. So we'll stick to what let's do this first. I'm sorry, Jhirmal.
Man, can you just explain that though? Can you just explain it with the cloud? Just some people.
Not today. We'll do that. We'll do that next week.
So I mean, I can drop the cloud back on it just because I saw something real quick that I actually want to touch on with the cloud. The cloud levels. You see how it's right? This flat line on the cloud flat line on the Tinkinson, the Kijinson, sorry, is flat right on my zone. These act as support and resistance. This act as support and resistance. This act as support and resistance. The buy and sell clouds act as support and resistance as well.
Hey Jhirmal, when you were learning, Was there a specific IML educator that you found like some value in, or who did you watch most, or did you just play around and just piece it together yourself?
Okay, so as I was learning, I told you guys I have a few strategies. So Dr. K for sure was one of them. I was on the cloud. I was trading the cloud. I was scalping on the cloud. And then I moved over to pivots with Lee Allen. And that's where I found basically that when I saw the pivot levels, it was like, let me just stop sharing right quick so I can show you all the pivots from Lee Allen.
I love the pivots.
So the pivots with Lee Allen, the lines are like support and resistance. And after I got that down pack, I got it down pack before I moved on. That was first and foremost for me. I didn't want to move on until I actually mastered it.
Jamal.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? What is the amount of money you like if someone in the near future may be interested in swing trading, how much money you would kind of like, I guess, suggest or encourage them to start out with if they're a new swinger?
A new swinger, I would say ain't nothing different. Ain't nothing different. $10, $20, $50. It's your risk. I calculate my losses, my potential losses first before I take any trade. So I look at where I would put my stop loss, and I would determine my lot size based on where the market tells me that I need to put my stop loss. So $10 is fine. $50 is fine. It's just up to the individual and how much they prepared to risk. I only risk 1 to 3% of my account balance per trade. So slowly but surely the account grows.
Hey Jamal, I got a question, bro.
Hey.
Hey, for the zones, exactly, do you have like a good video or a good reference that I could use to learn how to really put my zones in the correct places and stuff?
How to draw the zones, how to set them up.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the best.
I have them on my my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be doing the training real soon too.
Okay.
But my YouTube channel, I'll go ahead and drop my Telegram link. And then I'll just post my. I'm in your
Telegram link.
Okay.
I dropped the Telegram, Jamal. They already asked for it.
All right.
Might want to drop it again though, just cause.
Do you trade in a certain session? Because since you're a swing trader, this is Victoria.
How I trade, I don't have a particular session. I like the Tokyo session. I like to get my trades from the Tokyo session, and then move over to. I find a setup during Tokyo. Like now, I'd be looking for a setup, and then I let the London session bring it home. And if the London session doesn't bring it home, then I'm looking for the New York session to close me out.
Okay, and then this card doesn't have anything on it except your support and resistance. Is this how you trade? You don't trade with anything else?
No.
Like you don't trade with any like moving averages or anything?
No. Now, when I'm managing my trade is a different thing. Me being in the trade, I would be on my phone and I would just look at the cloud on the 15-minute just to see if I'm still in a good position, if I should close out in profit or I should let it ride. Like I don't hold my trades for more than 4 days, so I do use the cloud on the 15-minute to just gauge me. I know when the pullback's coming because I know where all the zones are.
Hey Jamal.
Hey.
All right, I go. I hear you was first talk with this pivot thing. Please explain that, please.
My bad. So the pivot levels. It basically goes from the +2.8 all the way down to the -2.8. And we basically trading in the, anytime you see it in the +2.8 is extremely overbought. And so you could look for it to, you basically could ride it down from the +2.8 all the way to the strong support, so strong pivot reverse the 6.8, and that would have been 80 pips. And you see it happen over here. Just the pivot levels. We could have caught that 80 pips right there. She really uses on the 5 minute and the hour. So you could get you could basically, I like the risk to reward on it. This is the top of the trading zone, so we can look to possibly sell this now. Potentially, maybe, but I don't know. I haven't traded this in a while, so I wouldn't even give a trade from it. But so right now that would be a 20 pip stop loss if we was to sell it. 20 pip stop loss, a major support and resistance level. So our risk to reward would be 1-to-1. So you just go from one level to the next level, or you could go 2 levels depending on where it's at. If it's at the bottom of the trading range, you could take it to the top of the trading range, or a strong pivot reverse. It's just up to you, but you would have been in profit. So these lines, to me, I see them as support and resistance, and that's what got me on the chart. I see support, I see resistance, I see support, I see resistance. So that's what kind of caused me to go to the naked chart and just trade straight up support and resistance based on what I see, and not what these levels, the 4.8, the 1.8, 2.8, 3.8, 4.8, 5.8. I just want to go straight to the chart to see the support and resistance levels that I see.
Okay. Hikanashi candles over there, so that's a part of the strategy.
Say it again.
The candles changed to the Hikanashi or Hakanashi candles. You put it to that, or
so that's a part of her system. I could change them back to the regular candles if I wanted to, but I just used the Hashinaki because that's what she was. That's basically how I learned it. That's how I learned it. So I just left it there.
Okay.
And I kind of like them.
You mentioned something about pullbacks on your swing trades, and you look at a 15-minute chart. So, like, how do you technically know, or how do you know when to at least take? Do you take profits in a swing trade if the 15-minute chart shows you that it's having a pullback, or just you still write it out?
Okay, so based on, because I trade support and resistance, I automatically know that anywhere the price stops, I'm looking for it to either be support or resistance. So once I see in the past, if I see a resistance level like this one here, let me just slide this. If I see this level here, I could look for price to if price found resistance here, you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
So when I come over, I can look for price to find support and resistance over here as well. So you know where the market's going. When the market goes in one direction, you know all the possible places where it could stop and turn around when you trade support and resistance. So it's here.
What would make you take a profit?
What would make me take a profit?
Yeah, or would you just write it out? Like,
so I twin trade. So I have more than one position open on the trade. I would have one set at TP1, and I probably would put my TP1 here because that's where price stopped. I would have it preset, of course, from I take the trade. Let's say if I was to ride, let's say I'm riding it up from this place here, from this zone to this zone, I'm riding it up.
Okay.
From this zone to this zone. And I would just look back in the past. So whenever I call my TPs, I draw it based off what price did in the past. Price found resistance here. You see the support here. See the resistance here. See the support here. This would have been my TP1 if I got in from the bottom of the zone. TP1. And then I look over for the next. I only doing 3 TPs, so it would be in this area. So I probably put my TP2 where price currently is right now. I try to catch as many wicks over here as possible because I see price also turn around up here. And so it's like an area. It's not one particular line where price turns around. So I saw that. So I wanted to put it at a safe place between the turnaround on these candles, where these candles open and close, and where this candle here open and close. So I put it in the middle, and TP2 would have gone there, and TP3 would have just been the top of my zone. So that way, my 3 trades would have closed.
Okay. Do you ever, let's say you're writing that like you said, you're writing the swing trade up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you say twin trade, right?
Right.
So let's say take profit 1 hits.
Right.
And then you still have 1 trade open.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go ahead and add another position, or you just wait, because if take profit 1 hits, you still have 2 other take profits to possibly hit. So do you add another position after that take profit 1, or you just
because I use the minor zones, because I do the minor zones, price can hit TP1 and then completely reverse on me. Because I use minor zones, but areas where price finds support and resistance, like it did here, say I got into the buy over here to ride it all the way up to the zone, right? My TP1 probably would have hit, my TP2 probably would have hit, but I do 3 TPs. So I have 3 positions open. I divide my lot size by 3, and I open up 3 positions using the same lot size I'm supposed to use. And so once TP1 hits, I put my stop loss and profit for the other 2 positions. When TP2 hits, then I move my stop loss on the last position to TP1 and just ride it up.
All right.
And if I wanted to enter again, like after I saw TP1 and TP2 hit, and then I got this nice move up and the confirmation that it found support on TP1, I only look in it because this is now the floor. I can enter another position, but I'm not going to do it on that same account. I'm going to go to a different account where I intraday trade.
All right.
And I use that as an intraday trade, and I just only looking to be in that one for a day. So once I see support is here, I jump in and I ride it back up, probably to TP3, not to be greedy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually look for some confirmations before I don't just trade zone to zone, because I see price close below this zone here. I don't automatically jump in for the sell. This trade here, I was not gonna take it because it didn't show me where the ceiling was, where the resistance, where the highest point is. So I need to see this. I need to see that retest. Price broke it. I need to see that retest before I take the trade.
Okay. I was just gonna ask that question too.
Yeah, I missed that opportunity altogether because as far as I'm concerned, my stop loss would have to go at the last place where price found resistance, which would be here. That's where my stop loss would have to go. And that's too much to risk. Because that's where the ceiling is. So I wouldn't take it.
You tend to just find that ceiling within your zone, and then it gives you more comfortability and a tighter stop loss for you to trade.
Right. Because I know where the ceiling is now. For price to break that, it's going to take a lot of movement to actually break that. So this is what I actually look for. I look for confirmation. I don't just, because I see price finding resistance. This here was the deciding factor for me right here. Price closed inside my zone. It broke the consolidation box. And when it came out and it closed outside my zone, this was a strong confirmation for me because I got an engulfing candle as well. I got the double top and an engulfing candle. And then I got in the trade. It went back up to retest the previous support. And so this was extra confirmation. And I just wrote it down to my zone. And sometimes you just have to be smart with it. So let's say we got in here on the last kiss and we're looking for it to go to our zone, right?
Yeah.
Right here, for it to stop here, that was 4 days, 8 hours for 130 pips. And if we're saying we want to wait for 30 more, the zone is at 68, so that's what, 30 pips? 30 more pips. If you want to be greedy and not put your stop loss in profit, you would end back in the negative just for 30 pips and then have to wait 30 days for it to actually hit the zone. So we got to be smart about it. This TP1, this TP2, stop loss in profit. No matter what it does, secure the bag. I'm not prepared to be in a trade for 30 days. I'm prepared to be in a trade for 5 days. I'm prepared to be in a trade for 5 days just for 100 pips. If it's 1,000 pips, maybe, but not for 100 pips. 100 pips could happen in 5 minutes.
Man, how long did it take to master this 4-hour zone stuff?
All right, so to be honest, it took me a while. I went through the academy like 3 times before I actually got to the 4-hour. Everything was the 15-minute because that's all I knew when I got in. Everything was the cloud. Everything was taking trades from people. And then I want to say like by the end of my first month, because I like to do my research as to what I'm actually getting involved in. I knew that I signed up for an educational platform, so I wanted to learn. And I wanted to learn. I learned the cloud. I mastered it. I could get my 10 pips, no problem. I good to go. I wanted more. I didn't learn anything about the cloud in the academy, so I wanted to dig a little deeper. I went to the academy again. I keep seeing these price reversal zones, support and resistance, pullbacks, and like I want to use what they taught me because I get excited. Like David said, every time he tells a story, I get excited when I learn something new because I had it in my mind I was never going to learn this, and I put that doubt on myself. But after I actually went through the academy the 3rd time, and it was like the videos that I watched the first time. But the 3rd time I watched it had more meaning because I actually knew what I was looking at because I had experience in the market. So if you was to today recommit yourself to go back in the academy, I'm sure the stuff you learned the first time you watched them would make a whole lot more sense. I promise you that it's going to make more sense because now you have more experience in the market. You've been watching the candles move. You understand what they're talking about now because at first you didn't know what they was talking about. So you will gain more experience in the market. So after my first month, I started to do it. I started to after the pivots, I started to play around with support and resistance on here. And then I started to back test it. And when I back test, I basically go 1 candle at a time and just see. Once price reaches my zone, let me start over here, even though I already saw it. Y'all can see my screen, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I see prices inside my zone. The only thing I'm looking for, it came back in the zone. The only thing I'm looking for now is a break and a retest for me to even look at this pair. For me to come out and retest the zone. So that's what I'm looking for right now. So it's outside. I'm looking for it to go back up to retest it. We got the retest. I can actually pay attention to this now. It's moving its way back up. When it's made this stop here and it's produced this red candle, this is the market talking to me, telling me that it's probably a strong indication that the market is going down. Plus, this is an engulfing candle. So I could potentially take this setup now to ride it down to the next zone, right? First touch, second touch, and an engulfing candle. I could potentially ride this down to the zone. And let's see what happens. Another engulfing candle, more confirmation. I feel good now because I just got a second. I got a second engulfing candle here, a third engulfing candle here. I ain't too sure about this one here, but I like this one here. And boom, price went down to the zone. This is 1 back test for me. Let's say I got in the trade here, underneath the engulfing candle. Red candle. 122 pips in 3 days. No stress.
Yeah. Sometimes don't you like, aren't you a little bit scared? Like, you know how that first engulfing candle you saw, the red one, right? Before you enter that trade. Don't you that's a little bit too far from your zone sometimes?
Because I just had this because I had this first touch here and then the second one, and it showed me that that's what it showed. It showed me that this is a good trend. This is the start of a downtrend for me. When I see the double bottom, the double top, that's what I see.
All right.
So that was a strong confirmation. Price could have very well came all the way back up to retest the body of this previous candle. It could have done that, but that's why I do the limits. I mean, that's why I do the pending orders. I would set a limit up here to the body of the candle I got engulfed, as well as a sell stop a few pips below the wick of the engulfing candle. Yeah. So it probably would have taken me back in the negative for a few days, a few pips in the negative. But ultimately it rolled down, hit the next zone. And you say if I don't get scared or something like when you done back test this and you say you do 100 trades back testing and your results come back, you make note of every trade that you could have potentially gotten in going one candle at a time. You do 100 trades and you get 3 of them hit your stop loss, and you may have lost 150 pips in total, but you would have gained, let's just say on average 100 pips times 97.
Oh yeah, we talking money.
Ain't no fair in the world to stop you from taking them trades. Nothing at all. Yeah. That's why the back testing is so important. And then after you finish back testing, you demo that same thing that you just finished looking for. Your eyes done trained to look for double tops now. Done trained to look for double bottoms. It done trained engulfing candles. It done trained to ride it to the next zone. That's how you test your zones. First touch, second touch, engulfing candle. First touch in the zone, that doesn't matter. The second one outside and it doesn't close below. The lower than the first touch. And then you get this engulfing candle, strong confirmation. You have no fear in the world. You take the trade and just let it ride up.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that for real.
I promise you, we wouldn't have no fear in the world.
Hear that.
Hey Jhirmal, can you still put that YouTube link in the Telegram?
Yeah, I'll post it.
After this?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Hey Molly, question. Hey, what's your take on the taking Nashi candles? Why you don't use it? You ever tried it with your strategy?
My strategy, no, because I need to see how prices actually react. I need to see the real wicks. I need to see the real wicks and not the Hashinaki wicks. It's a totally different thing for me, the Hashinaki. But I need to see them wicks. I need to see the real wicks, not the wicks that it makes.
Okay.
It look pretty though.
Yeah.
It looked pretty.
Cute though.
Hey Jhirmal, someone asked about the pivots. They saw it on your MT4 and they're wondering if that's an indicator you got from somewhere or you just do that on your own.
I got that from Lee Allen. I guess because she has her the IML pivots now. I'm not sure if that is even available for her to give out. I don't even know. I stopped watching her maybe a year ago now. I haven't went back. But someone asked me earlier, the IML educators is Justin Adams and Oren Wright. Those two are very instrumental in my trading journey. I basically watch almost all their videos. Sometimes I go back and I rewatch them.
Yeah, I would second that.
Yeah.
Everybody should watch at least those two.
Yeah.
Very good educators.
It's crazy how they break it down sometimes.
I have another question for you, Jhirmal.
All right.
So like I watched this video where I was saying that typically trades tend to have a 3-day like drop. I guess on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Do you also pay attention to that a lot, or you just what do you do? Do you expect 3-day drops or something like that?
So I mean, I've never heard of that one before, but I know some weeks I only need like 2 to 3 trades a week for me because I'm going for over 100 pips per trade. Yeah, I go on average 100 pips a trade. That's what I shoot for. I don't always get it. Sometimes I get 30, 50, but I only need 2 to 3 trades a week. So once I find 1 or 2 good solid setups, then I just ride them. Like I say, we know where the pullbacks are. We can identify where they're gonna happen. I don't be surprised no more that the market stop here I'm not surprised because if you look to your left along the crosshair, you see resistance or support. So if I wanted to, I could scalp the correction, but on a different account, of course. But no, I just wait. I pretty much wait till Wednesday to trade. I pretty much. I mean, the market is still trying to catch us up. If I have a solid setup, I'm gonna take it. But I don't wait to say, okay, I just wait until Wednesday to trade. No, by that time I might miss all the moves. But I just wait for extra confirmation. I'm very patient in the market. I could go without trading for a week. I don't know if a lot of people could say that, but I know I could go a week without trading. It's happened numerous of times because I didn't see any setups worth taking. I don't want to trade just to say I'm trading and be losing my money.
Since no one has a question, today's Wednesday. How about you call us a trade?
I could browse through. And see what I see. I see this engulfing candle here. I'm trying to see.
I was looking at AUD JPY. Let me make sure that's what I was looking at. Yeah, AUD JPY. Yeah, AUD JPY. Can you take a look at that?
All right, let me just browse through. I browse through all of them. If it's not on my zone or close to my zone, I just move on. Okay. So TJ, waiting on it to reach to the trend line. I ain't trading it because I can't get enough pips. In my zone, I have to wait for this to come out. Only waiting for a break and a retest for it to move outside to the upside and a retest to ride it up to the next zone or break below, retest. So if it's in my zone, that's the only thing I'm looking for on any pair. I can start speeding through them. So I just scan the whole market one time. In my zone, no trade. No retest, no trade. So this isn't clear enough. Yeah, yes, it did break. Yes, it did stop here, and I was producing a green candle, but I need to see where this candle closed. So that's the next 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'll be asleep. I ain't worrying about it. GA. I like my trades to be clear as day. I don't really like this right now. Even though I could see where potential retest is here, break and a retest. No confirmation was printed. So no trade. AUD USD, it just approached my zone, it just found resistance. So if I wanted to look for confirmation, I'd be looking for the double top or an engulfing candle. And then I would write it down, but until I get that, nothing happening. Break, retest, waiting on confirmation, NU. This candle could very well close inside the zone. I want to see where it closes. It's green right now. If this closes red, even though I'll be asleep, when I wake up in the morning, I should have 2 more candles printed. This one, the current candle, and 1 more. Well, not when I wake up, but right in the morning. Should have a second candle here to give me some kind of indication. So in the morning, we should have a setup on NU if the candles look good. EU. I like this long wick on EU where it came out the zone, it retested. I love that. But I see a little consolidation going on. A small area, but I see consolidation. So I want to see price break out of this box. Come back down and retest. And we ride it up to the zone and the channel. Let me just zoom out so y'all can see the channel. Price is respecting it. It broke out a little bit, but it never retested here. So it came back in and it retested here to show me that it was going down. Boom.
So also, when you see consolidation, you also wait for it to break the zone and retest it as well.
Yeah. Yes, consolidation as well. So this would be like the last kiss for me. Price, the previous resistance becomes support, then I would ride it up if I could get 50 pips out of it. Yep, we could get 50 pips out of it. And what I'd like about it is the 618 is in my zone. So if price was to come back up, break out, and then retest, I would definitely get in this and ride it out to my zone, even though I still expecting the 618 to hit if it does this. If it does the break and retest, I'm looking for it to go to the 618 and then drop.
Euro USD been playing around too much though.
Say it again.
I said Euro USD is like it's been stuck in that little zone for a minute. Honestly speaking, I think because the interest rates aren't moving or nothing like that.
You've been looking at the 4 hour or the 15 minute?
I actually got on that trade at the bottom, the bottom of your zone right there.
Okay.
Not there. Actually, at the bottom, like the zone below in the blue.
Oh, this one here.
I got it like right there, and I was in that trade for a good like 3 days since last week. But I got out of it like on Monday or Tuesday because I was tired of waiting for it to go any higher.
Okay, so this confirmation here, I like this. I just want to see it break out because I see it respecting the channel. And so this move to the downside here and then price moving up. I'd love to see this happen. I'd love to see that happen. So this is in my zone, only waiting on a break and a retest, break and a retest. GU. So I got a retest on the channel here. I missed this. It went up. This resistance here.
And sorry, how do you know how wide you make your what's that called? Your zones.
My zones.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I draw them, I drew them up in the past. So basically what I'm really looking at is the candles around the line. So like this one here, I see where these candles open and close, open and close, open and close. And then this wick over here, if you follow the crosshair, I'm looking at the body of these candles in this area here. I'm looking at the body of these candles here, right? And when I put the crosshair there, if you look to the right, you see that wick, that red wick right here. It matches up perfectly, so that's going to be the top of my zone automatically. I love that. And I do the same for the bottom. Wherever price stops and opens and closes, and I take it over and I see some wicks on that line as well, I love that. It's just how the candles are printed. It's just how the candles are printed that determine how I put my zones. And I just extend it all the way to the past and all the way in the future. And that's my zone. And we go back in the past to see how price is respecting it. Support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. I love it. I love it. So with this one here now, break and retest. See how much pips. 70. But why I don't like this is because I see a downtrend on the wicks that came out of the channel. If I was to connect the dots, go over and just bring it down. That's what I don't like, and that's why I won't call the buy. I won't call the sell either. I see support. That's too risky. It ain't worth it. I see a lot of resistance where I put my line. This in the zone ain't nothing happening. I just don't waste my time looking at pairs that's in my zone. GBP. So the first thing I noticed was a lot of this movement here It just looked like just a sideways range. I don't like it. Most of the time I check EUR GBP, that's how it is. I don't even like this pair, to be honest.
You don't have a personal favorite?
Oh, EN and GN, love them. Right now, if from this zone to this zone is 280 pips. When I calculate how quick it moves to the next zone, so let's just go from this green candle to this one here. 1 day, 12 hours, 280 pips. I love that. Ain't too long, getting a lot of pips. I just waiting on this to make a move.
There's a lot of knowledge you're giving right now.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this, man.
I waiting on this to make a move. I see where price is moving down. I see where it's moving down. It came out of my zone. It closed here right on the zone. I don't like it because it could find support here when it comes down. I just don't like it right now. But I've been watching this for a little while and I'm just waiting on this to actually make a move. Either direction. That's 280 to the bottom. And to the top, let's just say my zone is here, 450 pips. So either way it breaks out, I try to capitalize on it.
But you always wait for the retest, right? So I see how you did that because it's consolidating, right? Is it because it's consolidating in your zone, I guess you said? Well, you didn't say that, I'm saying that. But is that why you do that little extra piece there?
Yeah, because I saw where price was in the channel. It retest here and then it stopped here and it went up back in the zone and it came back down and stopped here again. It ain't
so you're waiting
no more. It's flat.
Right. So you're waiting for it to come out of the extra part that you, not the yellow part, is that purple? That's on the outside of it?
I want to come up with the two of them. I don't want nothing in my way.
Oh, okay. 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 So when it comes out, you're gonna wait for it to retest. Then you wait for it to retest?
This the move I would actually love to see happen.
Okay.
If it actually comes out, finds resistance here. You see all these wicks over here.
Mm-hmm.
Once it finds resistance here, then I riding this down all the way here.
Okay, so it doesn't have to come all the way back up to the blue part.
No, it doesn't necessarily. That would confirm my double top in a sense. It would confirm my double top. It would confirm my last kiss because of the wicks.
Okay.
It would confirm that, and then we just ride it down and be smiling all the way to the bank. And then aside from GN, the next favorite is EN, but I can get to that. UJ engulfing candle. Previous candle came back up to the body just about. We could potentially see a drop in this as well. So it looks like a lot of the yens, I expecting them to drop. How far? It's in the middle of my zone, so I'm not even going to try to take that. I see this resistance level here, and that's where price is struggling to break. This is where these candles go open and close here. I look to my right, that's exactly where price is right now. So if we find resistance there, I could potentially set a sell stop here and ride it down. I look at this is pretty for support and resistance. Resistance here, support here. We get resistance here, we riding that. We could ride it down. Let me see if I can extend this over. When looking the past, previous resistance right here. Yep. Resistance, support. So if we get price to close below this, we could potentially set a sell stop down here. Get her at the zone, but I personally ain't gonna take the trade. I won't. The risk to reward is 1-to-1. That's only 30 pips for me, so I'm not even gonna take this trade. With a sell stop being here to ride it down. 1-to-1. I like 1-to-3, 1-to-5, 1-to-10. 1-to-1 is cool, but I don't like it. In my zone, a break and a retest to the downside would be awesome. But either way, I don't try to predict the market, I just react to it. I don't ever try to predict it. I would love to see it drop, but I don't predict the market. 1, 2. Before my lines came up, I saw this little consolidation going on. Yeah. So that's why I say I wanted to break down, just because I noticed the support level is strong. The top would keep it in my zone, but the bottom, if it breaks out and retests, the bottom strong, this is strong support and get retest as resistance, I riding that down. My chart is on autosave. It just automatically does it. When I have them saved in the left and the right. So we have a potential resistance here on my zone. Couple candles print, we'll see how it plays out. I don't hold it for more than 4 days. 4 days the longest I'll hold a trade. Try not to hold them over the weekend, but 4 days max. I've never held one longer than that. Potential resistance here. Potentially ride it down. I'll wait on the confirmation. AN, we ran over that already. Get in my zone, break and retest. In my zone. CJ, I see this resistance here. This is the ceiling right now. $50 pips stop loss for 75 pips. But I wouldn't get in there. I would get in down here. 50 pips. Yeah, I mentioned this in my Telegram this morning. See where price was finding resistance. I'm gonna wait and see where price is. Where price closes in the morning. How it is in the morning, sorry. Possible resistance on gold. Drop the fib on it. Just went above the 618, but I see it closed perfectly on my zone.
So you're gonna wait for a retest, basically?
For this one here?
Yeah.
No, but I would like to see more confirmation. I trade double tops, double bottoms, so I would see price move away and then go back up and then close lower than the first touch, and then I would ride it down. I'd wait for it to give me a high probability setup, not just because it found resistance mean I'm going to take the trade.
Okay.
So if you look at the 618 line, the previous candle closed, it tried to go down and close right above the 618. So this current candle now, which has like 13 minutes left, if this closes below, then that would be a good thing. But if it closes above, I mean, it could be finding support on the 618. So I would actually wait it out. That's why I just wait on my setups, the double top or double bottom, engulfing candle or the last kiss. I just wait on them.
Do you ever look at the 1 hour for the retests sometimes, or you just still wait for the retest to happen in 4 hour?
No, I want to see it on the 4 hour. I mean, I know I could get the confirmation, but I could also get the fake out too. Because I look on the 4 hour for my, like if I go, like I showed you guys earlier with the day chart, like it's just clearer. You see it go from here straight to here, and it come down, just make it a little bit easier. You just got to be prepared to deal with the drawdown because you don't have the perfect entry. But that's why I do the limits. I don't do the market execution. I mean, I just do the pending order, sorry. But I want to see the double top or the double bottom on the 4 hour because that's what I back tested. So right now on the hour, it looked like it showed me a double top. First touch in the zone, second one outside. But it ain't that clear. Yeah, price went back up, but
it's still kind of consolidated.
In a sense, yeah. So that's why I just stick to the 4 hours so I don't, because that's where I did all my testing and demoing from it. I don't really remember the three that I called last week. Once my stop loss hits in profit, I'm pretty much done with it. I notify when stop loss in hidden profit or whatever. Last week I called CAD CHF, I believe. And I closed out everything on Thursday because of NFP. And I took a loss on GA or GU or A, one of them, I don't know. I know I took a loss, the stop loss hit, and CAD, whatever the Canadian pair is I call, I believe it's CAD, CHF, I have it in green. I hit TP1 and it played around TP1 for a while. Yeah, I believe it was CAD, CHF.
Okay, I know you kind of answered this question already, but so with the Canadian dollar, you don't care about like the oil prices or nothing?
Nah, I have no clue what's going on because I'm a technical trader. I'm mainly a technical trader. So whatever the charts tell me is how I trade. I trade strictly my zone. My zones is the most important thing in my style. So if news was to come out and they want to push it up, they could push it up. That's fine with me. But that's why I just wait on the confirmation. Like this one here, price broke out. I never got a retest, so I wouldn't have gotten into this trade. I look where the candle closed. So price broke the zone. I never got a retest, so I wasn't going to take the trade. GN last week, a couple of weeks ago, we were on the 6x6, and I wanted to call GN for the buy because I had a double top. I had a double bottom. This is the first touch here, and then I saw this red candle come in, and I was ready to call the buy to the next zone, and I would have gotten in on a buy stop here, and that would have been 225 pips. If you want that call, that happened in like 3 seconds. 3 seconds, it went all the way up to 200.
No news or nothing?
It was news, yeah. This is a news candle.
Okay.
And someone mentioned it, and I was like, well, it could be a little risky because I given out the trade. It could be a little risky, so I hesitated. And by the time I was waiting on the new candle to come out, that was the news time. And by the time I changed pairs and David finished talking, we missed out on 225 pips. I was hurt. That hurt my feelings because that was like a perfect setup. I saw the trend.
Did you say I talk too much?
I saw the trend.
I caught a bit of it. I wasn't listening to you.
That's what I need to start doing.
Nah, just play.
Yeah, I saw the trend, and it happened in 3 seconds, and we missed it. And David had to talk to me afterwards, and was like, "Hey, don't worry about it. Like, you know how you was trade." He had to calm me down. I was upset. Like all the signs. First touch here, it found support. It went up. It came back down. Despite the trend line being here, this is a high probability setup. First touch, second touch, start of an uptrend, and you could ride it up to the next one.
Yeah, you would have probably been on that second touch, huh?
Pardon me?
I said you've probably been in it on the second touch.
I would have gone in above the sell candle. I put a buy stop here. Put a buy stop above the red candle and just rode it up. I wouldn't have do market execution. I would have gone a buy stop. I never do market execution. The double bottom, we had a double bottom on UCAD maybe week before last. Double bottom, first touch here, second touch up here, price went up. Classic double bottom, two of them the same place, first touch, second touch, all the way up to the next zone. Another double bottom forming right now, which formed already actually. Yeah. I just don't like that trend. So when I call a trade, I actually patient. I don't like this trend line here, so I ain't calling it. That's fine. I could miss some. I could miss some pips. That's cool. I have no problem missing pips. Yeah, this trend.
What about that you don't like?
This downtrend. I don't like this downtrend here. I got 3 touches to show me that that's a solid. That's showing that's a solid trend line. The third touch confirmed it. So I want to see this break and retest first. I ain't nothing wrong with being patient. Price move up. I see the retest could be down here. The retest could be all the way down here, so we could actually catch more pips. It's just a matter of being patient. Being patient and waiting, not forcing the market. Yeah, y'all could jump in for a buy, right? And then catch the market play around because this a resistance. You see a lot of resistance here. Probably go up 15 pips and then come back down, take you on a ride, and you stuck and you can't trade nothing else because you in this one trade. Just be patient at the candles print. Let the market tell you what to do. Just gotta slow down sometimes.
There we go. I'll give me patience.
Patience is a must. A lot of resistance. All right, so that's all I have. I don't have any setups to give. But I'm happy you guys are asking questions and trying to get this. I love the questions.
Hey, one more, Jhirmal. You trade gold?
If I trade
gold.
Yeah, I do. I don't discriminate. Once it can make me money, I trade it. But crypto, I don't fool with because that's the time I use to rest, take my eyes off the charts, and relax. So I don't even fool with crypto.
Crypto too volatile or what?
No, that's my rest time. Sometimes it's good to take your eye off the chart and just relax and come back with a fresh mind. Sometimes it's easier. It's easier to collect pips when you don't unwind and relax, take your mind off the charts, and come back rejuvenated. Yeah, I didn't give out any trades, but with the US30, I waiting on more confirmation. I waiting on it to pull away from the zone and go back up. I just waiting to see. Gold got like 2 minutes left.
Man, I just want to say thank you very much, man, for the knowledge, man. Y'all share a lot of knowledge here. It's not easy to be patient and, answer all these questions. I really appreciate all of this, man. For real.
Not a problem.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay blessed, man. Thank you so much. I got to do some homework.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have, Dave.
All right, I had no too. I sleeping. All right, so that's it.
Yeah.
We will catch you guys. I know tomorrow I'll be in Benton doing a training, so I don't know if I'll be on live. You probably got it, Jhirmal, or we'll see if we can go live tomorrow at the same time. Or hopefully, Paul probably could do it tomorrow.
I'll probably be in Denton with you.
In spirit. We'll post it. But just a recap, if you guys did see, I know a lot of people came off, but our take profit did hit on GJ at 50, and now you see it's kind of pulling it back down where our action is below. So same thing we went over, actually took time and did it. It cleared the second candle, 10 pips hit, and now bam. All right, so that is it, folks. You guys have a great night. Peace out.
You too, man. Stay blessed.
You too, man.
Awesome job, guys.